Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. Deadline day happened. It was a thing. We sent people out. We didn't buy anyone. But you know what? We were expecting it, weren't we? As soon as Klopp had that pre-Huddersfield press conference, heads, including my own, started to roll around on the floor. Huddersfield changed that a lot. So else, certainly changed my mood. Because, you know, Liverpool wins do that. I'm a fan, I'm not a journalist. But let's wrap up January and then we'll get into the comments and stuff. So, great night, I suppose, first of all, for Liverpool in that Chelsea lost by 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. Manchester United lost, so we're now 3 points off second place in the league and we're up to third without playing a game. As far as my Wednesday goes, we had a comeback win in 6-a-side footy. Absolutely belter. Watched a little bit of Rick Stein making mole poblano. Belter. Fresh sheets on the bed. Yeah. And we're up to third in the league. It was a cracking dad Wednesday night, really, wasn't it? Okay, Lazar Markovic seals fourth loan of Liverpool career as Anderlecht complete deadline day move. Who knew? Literally with about 19 minutes to spare, Anderlecht come in for him and get it done. Completely left field, to be honest. Didn't expect this one to happen to Anderlecht. You know, there was a host of clubs interested towards the end, wasn't there? And really wasn't expecting him to go to Belgium. But you know what? Fair enough. He's gone. He's on loan. Don't know whether there was a fee involved. Proposed move to Swansea fell through. The interest from Wolfsburg. Manager Hein van Haasbroek has guaranteed him regular first-team football that he craves after a frustrating time with the Reds. I can imagine it was rather challenging, and no more frustrating days than when he came up against the Cat, Chris Pajak, in goal, in American shootouts. If you've not watched me save all three of Markovic's attempts, go and do that. Type in on YouTube, after this video, of course, Redmen TV, American shootout. I take on Jordan Ibe, Phil Coutinho and Lazar Markovic. It's mad that he's the last one that actually still plays for us out of them three players, isn't it? It's still a good video. It's a great video. It's a great video for me. Cost 20 million, leaves on a loan. I mean, we're never getting any money for him, really, are we? But we used to. Liverpool loaned out John Flanagan to Bolton. You can see James Pearce talking to his mate there. I'm going to stop that. Thanks, James. Not that I don't love him. I mean, he's an absolute player. Did you see him at Carragher's 40th birthday? What a player. Look at Carragher's Instagram post. James Pearce, just giving journalists a great name. First of all, he's absolutely fucking sound. Whatever people tell you about him, he does right what he knows. He's actually dead sound in person, and now apparently he's an absolute player. So, I mean, what a guy, like, just the coolest journalist out there now. Anyway, Flanagan has joined Bolton Wanderers on loan for the rest of the season, 25-year-old. Mad that he's still that young, actually. Make his move to Championship strugglers in a bid to get his career back on track. Listen, after the last couple of weeks in John Flanagan's career, probably good that he's out of the door. Liverpool will be probably a little bit happy. I'm surprised the club has actually taken a chance on him, I suppose. You know, after admitting to kicking his girlfriend in the head. I'm surprised that a club came in for him, to be honest. I thought that might have been the end of his career. He's been given a second chance. Go ahead, we'll move on. Harry Wilson signed a new contract last night and then joined Hull on loan straight after signing that new contract. Good move. You know, Welsh international now, signed a new contract with us, goes on loan to the Championship. Isn't it interesting that we've had a few people go out on loan to the Championship, a few of the kids, like, you know, you got Ovie Ejaria, of course, you got Harry Wilson. I mean, this is the type of stuff that you want to see. These guys need to go out there and, listen, Harry Wilson hasn't had another chance in the first team, but he's been brilliant for that under-23 side. So he'll move on loan till the end of the season. He'll be reunited with former teammate Kevin Stewart, so there you go. Like, I'm glad to see that he signed a new contract first. I think that's very, very clever by Liverpool, either because it puts him in a stronger bargaining position for if they do want to sell him. And you know what? If he comes back, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There's James talking again. What a player. Liverpool transfer update. Ovie Ejaria moves to Sunderland. So there we go. That one happened. We talked about that yesterday. Gone for 20-year-old's gone to the northeast. Blah 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 blah. And Lloyd Jones completed a permanent move to Luton Town. So it was a busy day in the out tray. The in tray had absolutely no letters in it. Nothing going on. The fax machine was not making noises for an incoming thing. It was making noises. It was making noises actually. No other team's fax machines were making noises. I don't know what I'm talking about here, to be honest with you. I'm just going to get into the comments. Loads of people saying James is a twat. Having met him, loads, he's not. He's actually a really nice guy.
I've got one to start it off, Chris. Hero of Kovac. He says, I remember doing the YouTube scouting of Lazar and thinking this guy looks great. I think he must be second in my all-time YouTube scouting disappointments.
Do you know what? Steele put a tweet out last night saying, is he the worst transfer in Liverpool's history? He's not the worst player in Liverpool's history, certainly, but signing someone for 20 million quid like that and then just essentially having to loan them out 4 times. There's an argument for it. Let me know yours in the comment section. We'll start reading through some of them. Do you prefer Lovren alongside Virgil van Dijk or Matip alongside Virgil van Dijk, says Dragon Mavrak? I like long-term Matip, but this is the horrible thing. I actually think Lovren's a better suited partner for Virgil van Dijk, but you know in 10 games time, he's just going to drop you 3 points. And I think sometimes you want that chemistry, you want that Hippier and Carragher, you want that on-show and Hippier, you know what I mean? You want that strong man who just loves to defend and that classy centre-back. And Virgil van Dijk and Matip seem a little bit too similar in that regard. Lovren, when he's on form, is just that agricultural defender, isn't he? So for me, in my head, that suits better, but I just can't get around the fact that Lovren does cost you points. That's not to say that Matip hasn't, but Lovren's done it for longer. Chris, do you think we'll finish ahead of United? Says Deep Pockets 14. Yes. Just. I've been saying it for weeks, haven't I? We're the second best side in this league. And then I had a rant the other day. And then Liverpool won. Now, I still believe everything that I said in that rant video. You feel free to go and watch that. Ultimately, the gap to the top team in this league is bigger now than it's been for quite some time. So we are losing ground, although we're improving. Which is mad, isn't it? Liverpool are improving. I can see that. Liverpool have got a great squad and we've got great players. And I do think we're better than Manchester United. I think we're better than Tottenham. I think we're better than Chelsea at the moment. And again, we're just a few players short. I don't know how long it'll take to bridge that gap, and that's what worries me. But I do think we'll bridge that gap. It's just whether a lot of Liverpool fans have that patience. Mine started to run out at the end of this window. Thankfully, I can put all that to bed now, because January's over. Just forget about it. Go and support the lads. That's what I'll be doing on Sunday, you know what I mean? Just go and sing my heart out. I think there's less pressure on being a supporter when it's not a January transfer window. You can just forget about it. And I think what we need to do, and what the team needs us to do, and what Jurgen Klopp needs us to do, and what everyone around the club needs us to do, support the team. And that's what it's about from now until the end of the season, because we can support them to go on and achieve good things this season. So yeah, Ian Bradford says, big game on Sunday. Need a performance like City, not like Swansea. Discuss. Agreed. Performance like City. Kieran Shard Maple. Chris, who do you think has been Liverpool's best left-back post-21st century? Oh. Risa for a couple of years. Probably just. Was Ziege 2001. I liked Christian Ziege. I can't remember if he was 2000 or 2001. He might have been 97 to 99. It's tough. I think Tom's going to check that for me now.
2000 to 2001.
What year did Carragher... Oh, Jamie Carragher. 2001 season when we won the treble, he played left-back. And he was incredible that season. I think I'm right in saying. Nice question. And right-back, Steve Finnan. Randomly enough. Was I right? Or you just nodding along to
Steve Finnan?
Steve Finnan was quality. And for some reason, he was the best crosser of the ball at the club at the time. If only this didn't have that blind spot when he was covering the back stick. Chris, spell Albertmoreno. You spelt it wrong, deep pockets. Bad window for us, Zen Shadrazan. Is Liverpool a better side now than at the start of this window? That's debatable. I don't think we are. So, it's been a poor, disappointing window for Liverpool, but we have addressed one of the main problems that this squad has had in Virgil van Dijk, and it's easy sometimes to forget about that, isn't it? Now, you know, losing Phil Coutinho was a massive, massive blow, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore after this show, actually, because be arsed. But Virgil van Dijk, we've forgotten that we've bought a quality player in there for a world record transfer fee for a centre-half as well. You know, there's a little bit of intent shown there, isn't there? That was my alarm for the 4th round FA Cup draw that's been going on at 11 o'clock every day since the 4th round draw. We're out of the freaking competition now. Who do you think Liverpool should sign as a keeper, says Robloxian Gamers? Oblak. Donnarumma. One of them two, please. Chris, who's your midfield? 3. Xavier, NG. Depends what type of game, you know. I liked, really enjoyed the Chan, Wijnaldum, Ox performance against Manchester City, but against that low block side, I really liked Henderson, Milner, and who's the other guy in the midfield? We can't. Oh, Chan in the 8. I thought that was class. Like, I think if I had to preference one over the other, I might go for, and Lallana's injured in this, I might go for Henderson, Chan and Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I think as well, we're going to come up against a lot more low block sides than Man City's and Spurs.
It's true, you've got a plan for that, isn't it? We've got a question about Tom from Ozzy. Is Tom the Redmen's version of Stato? No, he's the Redmen's Googler.
Yeah.
He Googles. He's a very good Googler and he's quick at it, which is great. Redman, any updates on the Keita transfer? Yes. It's happening. Who's your favourite Liverpool player of all time? Ooh. I mean, listen, I'm old enough, sadly, to remember Kenny Dalglish. And not sadly at all. I do remember Kenny Dalglish, but I was young at the time. Like, so, you know, I was too young for him to be my favourite player. Robbie Fowler was just, I mean, that season, I think he scored like, was it 38 goals in 95, 96 in all competitions? It was something like that. It was like 36 or 38 goals or something like that in 95, 96. That season when he was about 17, 18, something like that was just outstanding. And then Jamie Carragher. I always preferred Carragher to Gerrard. And Gerrard was a better footballer, but I just loved what Carragher brought to the table. Like,
I've got one for you. Kieran Chard Maple says, Chris, mate, do you think this Klopp side can be better than the 08-09 team?
Yeah, I do. Listen, we've not addressed problems in this side for a few years. Now, the centre-back one's taken friggin' years. Here's a random thing that I was thinking about in bed last night, because we're all Liverpool fans. We all just think about Liverpool before we go and sleep, don't we? Is it just me? Anyway, I was thinking that for about 25 of the last 28 years, Liverpool have needed a goalkeeper. And I was just disgusted at that. Because we had about 3 years of Pepe Reina at top form. So pretty much since Grobbelaar, we've needed a new keeper. Isn't that mad? And if you disagree with me, let me know. But it's not many years less, is what I'm saying. You might argue that it was 22 out of 28. That's insane. Absolutely insane that problem's not been addressed for so many years. Sort that goalkeeper out and this side's got a chance. Sort another centre-back out. Sort a proper 6 out probably. And this side's got a really good chance, and then you're adding squad players. McManaman was my favourite player, says as a fella. Was it the Champions League qualifier against Celtic when he scored that fucking unbelievable goal? Absolutely brilliant. He was a quality player in, man. And then the Coca-Cola Cup in 1995, I think he scored both goals as we beat Bolton, was it? I think so. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Who would make your five-a-side team of actual games you've seen at the stadium? What?
So I guess he means who's played at the stadium. So Ronaldo would be there because he's played at Anfield.
Yeah, he would be, unfortunately. Suarez, Ronaldo, Barnes. Rush.
Who's in goal?
Schmeichel.
Yeah, great keeper.
Peter, not Kasper. That's hard though, you know, that's off the top of my head, like. Whose defence would you rather, Chris? Arsenal's or Swansea's? I don't know, La. I don't care. My favourite Liverpool player is Ronaldinho. Okay, thank you. Cheers, Brendan. I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm just reading comments. Okay, well, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure once again. Don't forget to like the video. If you do enjoy the Redmen TV, do subscribe. And, of course, go over to redmentv.com. Got a belter of a statue lined up for you later today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on the Redmen TV.